My name is Bob Price. I am the Director of Curriculum and Instruction for the Northern Valley Schools Consortium. And quite a few people here have done some work with us. It's an unusual position in that my department is a shared service with 7 other towns and 2 of the regional high school buildings. So it's very broad. The way I like to describe it is once a month I have a meeting every month with 8 superintendents in the room. Some of them are in here now. And that is a real unusual setting, but it gives us a chance to really collaborate. For years it's been consistent, so we have a strong focus as to the type of jobs that the Curriculum Center does for all of the schools. And we also involve and invite other schools from outside the Northern Valley District to come and attend any number of workshops that we offer through our professional development catalog. We're double dipping all week because these are the first 3 days of our new teacher induction. So right now we have the 3rd day of instructional skills, and I was glad to hear Pam McCormick outline those pieces that I know that those teachers back there are learning or hearing about for the first time, those important instructional strategies for the classroom that are going to be effective. So that was good. So I felt like I could not be there just to hear that. So I have the pleasure of talking about the most exciting thing in the world, which is the Common Core State Standards and the PARC Initiative, which is like the most boring thing in the world. And it is the hardest thing to sell, but it is going to be monumentally important. So I'm going to, my theme today is to talk about some of the things that we can actually do this year, it being the year for implementation of almost all of the Common Core standards into our curriculum. But I do always want to say, it literally is the first moment, and the first moment is not an end point. This is going to be something that's going to take us several years before it becomes even noticeable, I believe, in our culture. But I think one of the biggest problems is this issue of we can't get this topic to the forefront. I was talking to a reporter recently who said, yes, Bob, I've heard you talk about this. I know it's important. And every time I bring it up to our editors, I can see their eyes glaze over and their heads fall back. You know, they don't even want to put this out there unless there's some sort of controversy. So I want to show you, just to do something a little different, to think about this border part of it. I'm trying to make it flashier, making border flashy. And I'm using a PC, so a couple of awkward moments here. Let's see if I can make this work.
In 2001, the House of Representatives, in an effort to leave no child behind, passed anyone, an act that was to help children to learn, the No Child Left Behind Act, which anyone raised or lowered test scores, which is moot since with the act being discredited, is now moving to another level. That level involves the introduction of new standards we call the Common Core State Standards, which are organized by grade levels that show strong coherence of content while meeting competitive international standards. These new nationwide learning objectives are supported by the Partnership for Assessment of Readiness for College and Careers, known by the acronym Anyone, PARC. What this needs is some sort of slogan, something you can do education, can do education.
So there's something to take back. That's kind of, and I've been at a lot of these meetings, and I want to talk a little bit about that. And sometimes I feel like I'm sitting there, and that's what I'm hearing about the nationals. Nationally competitive now, and there's going to be this test, and web-based, and I'm like, glazing over. But I think what we need to do is figure out a way to dig into this a little bit more. So today, I wanted to talk about a couple of concerns. And I was, laughing about this college and readiness. So what classroom is this ready for? These classrooms you've been in, they're ready for like 1955. Where our kids sat in rows, you can't move tables, but that's the kind of college and career readiness I've been challenging some of these college professors with. I'm not going back. You have to come up with us. With this piece. So we don't have four corners to go to, but I wanted to start off with a little bit with having a little bit of contact with each other. And these are the four things I'm thinking about. Is your school at that point where you really want to know a little bit more about the standards? I think some of us are feeling like people have talked about it so much that, well, we must know everything about it. Or do I really need to spend some time talking about the standards and what's my major concern? Are your teachers aware, which I've tried to do, I visited all 7 districts and the high schools and talked, I called it my Common Core Park Angst Tour. Like just get over the hard part, like right now, and then we can talk a little bit more about it. And that was what happened. So are your teachers aware, but like what are your next concerns? Do you actually have lead teachers at your school who are like go-to people to support the Common Core? Or have you really reached that very high level of you've developed resources and are ready to implement these things starting in September? So I'm just going to ask you to do a little like kind of pair share here. Just have a couple-minute conversation to talk about where you are, and then as in every good pair share, I'm going to ask some people to tell me what they heard in that conversation. So, just go to your side partner there and talk a little bit about where you are.
Oh, really?
Have all that model. So I'm going to try to make it yeah, I copied it for myself. I didn't know I was going to talk about it. So a lot of us don't know what part you said. I mean, we're actually talking about that. Small town, two schools, K-5, the jail is nice and yeah, so it's a little bit less. I'm working on all the things I do. But I was teaching at Woodbridge. So a lot of them, they have the standards,